Hello and welcome to a look at the effective annual rate with me, Andy Duncan, here at Finlingo.com. Also known as the effective annual return, the EAR is a useful tool to figure out your actual interest when you get interest payments paid to you staggered over several different periods in a year. Here's an annual bond paying a 10% annual coupon, and you've paid $100 for this magnificent investment. You get paid a $10 coupon at the end of the year. So what's your effective interest rate? Hopefully it's fairly clear, it's the stated 10%. But what about this really similar case where you also pay $100 for an investment, but even though this second bond does pay a stated annual rate of 10%, this time it pays semi-annually. This means instead of getting a single lump sum of $10 at the end of the year, you get one payment of $5 after 6 months, then a second payment of $5 at the end of the year. This is where the effective annual rate comes in. Obviously, you could take that first $5 and buy a really fancy ice cream. But what if you reinvested those $5 for the next 6 months instead of having that fabulous ice cream? How much extra interest would you get, sort of on the side? Let's assume we'll get the same interest rate as we did for the bond. How much do we get with $5 for 6 months at 10%? Well, in a full year, using all my fingers and thumbs, we'd get 50 cents. So over 6 months, we should get an extra 25 cents. Now we can add up all the payments. You get 2 payments of $5 plus that side payment of 25 cents on the side to make $10.25 altogether. Your effective annual interest rate for your $100 investment is therefore 10.25%. So far so good, and we did manage to do this one by hand. But what if we get a situation more like this? This bond pays a stated annual interest rate of 12%, but this time with monthly payment terms. We get $1 a month every month for the full 12 months, and the reason we chose 12% is absolutely coincidental. What's the effective annual rate for this monster? I don't think I've got enough fingers and thumbs to work this one out, but I can use these two equations instead. The first equation is that the periodic rate is the annual stated rate divided by the number of periods in the year. Once we've got a periodic rate, we plug it into this second equation. This is the effective annual return is equal to 1 plus the periodic rate, raised to the periods in the year, take away 1. Or if we want, we can combine the two equations into one. Let's do the first bond example on an incredible Excel scratchpad using these two equations. First, we input the stated annual rate of 10%. Now we put the time in between payments. We could enter 1 month to get 12 payments in a year, or 2 months to get 6 payments, or 3 months to get 4, or 4 months to get 3, or even 12 months to get a single payment. But let's pick 6 months because it was a semi-annual bond. This gives us 2 payments a year in 2 compounding periods. The periodic rate is therefore 5%, which is just 10% divided by the 2 periods. When we plug those figures into the main equation, this gives us an effective annual rate of 10.25%, which is exactly what we did by hand earlier. So what about this horrible thing where we got 12 monthly payments a year? First, start with an annual rate of 12%. Then choose 1 month to get 12 compounding periods. This generates a periodic rate of 1% per month. Now we plug these figures into the main equation to get back an effective annual rate of 12.68%. This basically means we get an extra 68 cents a year compared to a 12% annual bond. So that's it for how to calculate an effective annual rate. Let's do an example then on Finlingo.com. First, select all the valid information. Ignore anything trying to catch you out. Calculate the answer accurately with the equation, making sure you get the right number of months. Now we go back to Finlingo and pick out the right answer. The effective annual rate, the EAR, is a nice way to work out what your actual return is on a periodic bond or any other cash flow payment stream, assuming you can reinvest all your coupons at the same rate as the original investment. Get over now to Finlingo.com to practice calculating the EAR. Drill it in with our infinite question bank where you never see the same question twice. Finlingo. Speak finance fluently.